Is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Pierre Governor Sports on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors are brought to you by Bank West, Allied Plumbing, Beck Motors, Home Care Services, Venture Communications, Vilas Pharmacy, Todd's Electric, State Farm Insurance, CHS River Plains, and Xander Auto Parts.
Coming out of the timeout, Elijah Bucci with the snap. He goes left side. Down to the end zone. He's in! Touchdown, Governors! They've got the lead with 8 seconds to go.
And by Wheelhouse Auto Body, Slumberland, SD7, James Pharmacy, Kathy's Sun and Shine Properties, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, First Fidelity Bank, Country Carpet and Flooring, and Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping.
This will be tapped over. See if the Governors again can take advantage of it. Waldron set for Cronin. There's your win. In set one, 32-30. Campbell Cronin with 8 kills in the first set.
And by Wagner Auto, Sanford Clinic, the South Dakota Office of Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Envirotech, First National Bank, and Faith Lutheran Church.
As the Governors get across midfield, LaRush now with some open space looking to send one through forward for Aharts. It comes in, Aharts, he scores! Keith Aharts from LaRush, and it's a 1-0 lead.
And by Kruger Climate Systems, River Bottom Sanitation, Rising Hope Counseling, Pizza Ranch, Olson Plumbing, Dakota Storm Roofing, Ferding Electric, James Valley Landscaping, Lamb Motors, May Adam, and First Dakota National Bank.
Sheldon will lose the ball. The Pierre Governors, they fall on it. They're going to the dome. The Governors score with 8 seconds remaining, and they win it 14-9.
And by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Missouri River Dentistry, Kruger Contracting, Karsten Erickson Roofing, Gales Gas, Edward Jones Financial, and First United Methodist Church. And now to the booth with the call of the game and the voice of the Pierre Governors, John Winkler.
And a good Tuesday evening to you as we are here at TF Riggs High School, home of the Pierre Governors, as we get set for our second game of Pierre Athletics. Wyatt Barichka with you. John Winkler rushing his way here to the gym after what was a impressive 5-1 victory over Mitchell. They get to move on to Saturday. Before we kind of talk about this game just a little bit, John, kind of recap soccer just a little bit.
Well, they were down 1-0 about 12 minutes into the first half and end up getting that tying goal, did Pierre. Maya Fravel tied it up. Jasmine Yo scored twice in the second half. And as Menda Miller said, who did the game with me just moments ago, if you didn't catch the end of it or catch the game, he had said it too. Picture perfect second half for the Pierre Governors to get that win, and hopefully that translates from a Pierre Governor soccer win for the girls to a Pierre Governor volleyball win here tonight against the Huron Tigers.
Well, it is a perfect opportunity, John, like you were mentioning. Hopefully it translates. This is kind of one of those must-win type of opponents for Pierre. Is currently, checking the standings just real quick here. Huron goes into this one 4-9. On the regular season. They are currently on a 2-game losing streak, but their last win occurring on September 25th. Their last outing was against Sioux Falls Lincoln in 4 sets. They would lose 25, they would win the first set 22-25, and they would fall in the final 3 sets of that contest. Pierre 2-9 on the season. You would say the record kind of was not what it was appearing on Saturday as well. They probably played one of their better matches against Brandon Valley this past Saturday, John.
Yeah, they did play really well against Brandon Valley. A lot of good to take from it. And if they play like they did on Saturday against Brandon Valley, we're going to see this Pierre Governor team really like the outcome here today against Huron Tigers.
I know we got a national anthem coming up. I did do a little bit of history digging between these two teams as far as, let's just say it's kind of one-sided in this one. But before we get into that, let's take a 2-minute commercial break. National anthem coming up, and we will get you starters and a look back on these two teams. This is KCCR Radio.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Planting for next year is right around the corner, but do you know how much nutrients your crops will need? Fall soil sampling with CHS River Plains can help you look at each field's nutrient carryover, provide you with a more accurate farm plan, and allow you to take a position on those nutrients needed when you see fit. Plus, it'll make your life easier next spring when the planters are ready to roll and you don't have to wait. Contact your local CHS River Plains agronomist today, and we'll get the pickup headed your way.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Back here on KCCR, it is Dig Pink Night as well for the Pierre Governors as the starting lineups are getting introduced. Let's get into those real quick. We'll start with the visitors. They're going to be in the pink tops tonight. It will look like this: a 5'8" senior, a setter for the Tigers, and Jency Gergen. Again, I apologize. I did check with the coach before these pronunciations, so if I apologize to the Huron fans, I do apologize in advance. Also, number 6, a 6-foot middle hitter for the Tigers. It's Chloe Carr. They will be followed by the libero this evening, a 5'8" senior in Hilton Hines. It will be number 17, a 5'7" junior, in Addison Knight, an outside hitter. And to wrap up the starting lineup, it is a 5'7" senior, also outside hitter, and Allie Davis. Head coach is Josh Lean. And for the Pierre Governors, they're going to be in their white tops tonight. They do have the pink sleeves to celebrate the Dig Pink Night. It is going to look like this: a 5'6" setter junior. It is Molly Olson. She'll be followed by the 5'8" outside hitter junior. It'll be Allie Keys. It is number 5, number 5. I'm catching up here in a second. 5'6" senior and Hadley Hart. She'll be followed by number 7 and 5'7" senior and Sloan Waldron. It'll be number 8, Alexis Schlaway, a 5'7" senior. Number 12, Asinlow, a 6-foot junior. And to round up the lineup, Addison Novotny, a sophomore for the Governors as we get set here. And just a quick look at the history, John, in this one. It will be the 47th meeting according to Max Prep since 2007. Huron leads it 37-9 coming into this series here, but it has kind of been back and forth in the recent seasons for the Governors, but they're trying to snap a 2-game losing streak to the Tigers.
This is a big game for both these teams where they're sitting out in the standings. A win goes a long way into making the Sodak 16. and the Governors know that they need wins. Huron obviously needs wins too, but they know that they're inside the Sodak 16. Governors have to win to get inside the Sodak 16 going into this game tonight.
Like we mentioned, Huron 14th in those standings. Pierre outside in the 19th spot. It will be Gergen to serve starting right away as they'll get it to the Valero. Quick set far side for Keys as it bounces off the net. The opportunity here is it will be pushed over for the Lady Governors. Once again, we'll go towards the middle here. Quick start to this first point, as point will go there courtesy of Allie Davis. She'll get her first kill of the night.
Got a good early first point for Huron. Davis didn't get all of it, but got it over the top of the wall for the Governors and dropped it in for the first point.
And talking with Coach Lean real quick in this one, they had to wonder what the coin toss is, as there's an ace there for the Tigers, and Gergen with the serve. They had to wait to see if they were going to serve first or receive first to determine the starting lineup in this contest. Sometimes that's kind of how it is with rotations, to kind of get off to the right start. Serve here, that's also going to be an ace.
And that's, Gergen's got 2 aces in a row here, and like you said, they find their way on how they want the rotation to go based on who is serving, if it's Pierre or Huron serving, and they like Gergen starting to serve, and she's opened up with a 3-0 lead.
Gergen's going to leave this short. It will be set up by Waldron. Nice swing of the arm, but defended by Huron, and it's a quick 4-0 start for the Tigers.
Yeah, the first of 5 points, and maybe first of 15, but Pierre down 4-0. They're going to find a way to break the streak here early on. Otherwise, Huron's going to start to run away with it early.
As Olsen on the attack was blocked, though, and knocked out of bounds. Here's a set now for Keys. Will be defended there by Huron. Quick tap over, but deflects off a couple of blockers, and it's quick 5 for Huron. I was talking about the history too, John. The longest winning streak was 32 wins from 1 point for Huron. The Governors actually won the first 5 of the series that Max Preps has, so take that with a little bit of grain of salt here. Is going to get a lane violation there from Waldron, and not the start you're hoping for if you're Pierre in this one.
Yeah, Waldron got too close to the net, couldn't keep herself out of it underneath it, and 6-0 lead for Huron to start things off in set number 1. Not a good start for the Governors right now.
They're still serving for Huron. It's going to be a free ball set over by Keys. Here's a set from Gerger, and then it will be tapped over where nobody was at for point number 7, and you're going to see Pierre take a quick timeout after having a goose egg on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and right now Huron is picking their spots. They're not swinging hard. They really haven't swung hard at all yet, but they've been picking their spots out. The Governors get the two-girl front that goes up, and with that, it opens up a little bit of space. If the Governors aren't out defensively where they need to be and spread out where they need to be defensively, it's kind of easy pickings right now for the Tigers. And again, they haven't swung. I don't know if they've actually swung hard on anything yet. Maybe they've had one harder swing, but nothing's been a fast baseball analogy. Nothing's been a fastball. Everything's been change-ups. Everything's been pinpoint location, like a Greg Maddox type of a swing. I know baseball and volleyball is a little bit harder to make that analogy, but it does lead into Huron leading 7-0, and Pierre has to take that first time out quickly because they really need to get themselves going in this set, because this is a very important game to win if you're the Pierre Governors.
Speaking of baseball, if I'm not mistaken, baseball tonight here on KCCR after the conclusion of this one. And once again, it's Gergen still continuing to set. This one also going to be left short. Is it going to be quickly over by Olsen? Set there for Davis. Davis will get a kill for the Tigers.
And there's your first hard swing. And Schleckway, had they been swinging hard the whole time, Schleckway got a piece of it. It's probably going out, but having not seen that swing yet, Schleckway put the arms up, got a piece of it, and no chance to dig it out. It's now 8-0.
Well, we're just at the start of this one, and it's Huron on an 8-0 run right now. This one going to go to Keys as she gets the set there from Olsen. Up there from Wambach. Davis off the swing, defended by Pierre. Long set over to Keys as she'll smack that one. That's also defended, but you're going to get points for the Pierre Governors.
Net violation finally gets the Govs on the board. And while you like to see some positive thing happen for the Governors, you're okay with just getting a point. Something to get the momentum going your way. Something positive to go your way, and see if the Governors with Hadley Hart can go on a run here.
It's going to be hard to serve. This one also left short. A lot of short serves to start this one. Olsen far set over to Keys. Is that one going to be defended by Gergen? Swing there from Davis. Saves, continues to save. They get it over. Nice job there by Keys. Is this one going to be attack in the middle? It'll be out of bounds, but it was deflected off. Keys first for the point for Huron.
Yeah, another really good hustle play by the Governors. They didn't get the point, but a little bit more life out of Pierre after that last point won by Huron.
Davis now is going to serve for Huron, 9-1 on the score. That one's going to be in. That's a kill for the Governors.
Hadley Hart doesn't get many kills, but we'll give Hadley Hart their first kill on that one. That's a fantastic swing from the back row, standing there and put it right on the line to get the point.
Bushbaum comes in for the Governors. Serving is going to be Waldron for Pierre. Here's a set by Gerger. It's going to be set over by Fitzer. Bushbaum who comes in, tries to get a kill, but nice job by Huron defensively as they'll get a free ball opportunity. Here's a set from Waldron. Another good swing, but it's blocked there by Huron. And point goes to the Tigers. 10-2 now on the score.
Really good dig there by Huron. A diving right-handed, one-handed dig. Keep that point alive, and Huron right now playing as well as they can to start out.
Hines the libero serving it up. It's going to be set up there for Bushbaum, who gets it good.
A good swing there by Bushbaum to get the kill to make it a 10-3 game.
A pretty good student section here on a school night. Got some in robes and pajamas, so I don't know if they're planning on sleeping here tonight or how that's going to go. Either way, let's get back to the action here. Nice dig there. Opportunity for Hart. Just a little too low for the Governors on that one.
Yeah, and again, Huron, every time that Pierre has scored, Huron has answered back with another point. They've made it to 11-3 now. Well, they have 10-4, but it's 11-3. Yeah, 11-3 in favor of the Tigers. Everything that Pierre has gotten, they've not gotten back-to-back points yet. And down by 8, you have to find a way to string some points together.
Wombat, who either wears 3 or 13. She's wearing 13 today. Also in the game is Schleckaway, who gets it over. Set up there for Davis, and that's going to be in. And excuse me, it's not Davis, it's Knight who gets her first kill of the match.
And again, they're picking their spots. That one was a harder swing, but they've picked their spots well, and the Governors have just not been able to get there defensively so far in the first 15 points.
Serve will go into the net from Hines, or excuse me, not Hines. It's going to be Wambach. And Pierre getting the points, kind of hoping to go on kind of one of those runs. If you're the Governors right now, you talk about kind of the 15 points we talked about last week. That was kind of an emphasis again this week for the Governors. Serve going to be a little too high on the dig, and it's going to be into the net. They couldn't defend it. Point Governors.
That's a big point for Pierre. Obviously, Huron had trouble receiving the serve from Sierra Prunty, and that's the first time now the Governors have scored back-to-back points to see if they can add on to it, score 3, 4, or 5 in a row here.
They give it an ace, and then you're going to get a service there as it hits the net but doesn't roll the way you hope if you're Pierre. And that's going to be another point for Huron. It's 13-5 now. First set here from TF Riggs High School. Wyberichka, John Winkler with you on KCCR Pierre. Serve is going to be left short. Going to be set up from Waldron quickly in the middle. And the attack there was courtesy of Lowe's into the game for the first time. He's sent over by Schluckway, but couldn't get it over as it hits the net. Point for Huron.
Standing hit from Schluckway from the back row. She couldn't make the jump at it inside the 10-foot service line, so she goes and puts it in the net for a point for Huron.
Now you got to serve. It is dug up there by Olsen. That one going to be out as well. It's up there from Schluckway. And that's a 10-point advantage for the Tigers in set number 1.
Another one that just misses down the line from Schleckaway.
Serve going to be dug up by Keels. Free ball opportunity set by Schluckway. Herder with the set to Davis. And he picked up there. Now, once again, sent over by Lowe. Herder trying to get Pierre caught looking. That's not the case. A little loft over. Point there for the Governors. Struck away. Nicely taps it over for the points.
A big kill there for Schleckway and placed that one perfect. Huron wasn't in position for a soft touch, and a nice pinpoint move there from Schleckway to get the kill.
So I said Waldron to serve for Pierre. This one going to be dug up by Wambach. Davis, the attempt defended there by Pierre. Now it's going to be Schleckway. Pierre not seeing anything there. It was dug up there first by Hart, but nobody kind of went for that point, and it's 16-6 now.
So I believe a timeout will be taken here by the Governors, as that one just somewhat in the campfire, but both Lowe and Keenels were looking at each other at the end of that play, thinking that the other one was going to go after it, and it turns into still a 10-point lead for now the Huron Tigers.
Let's take a quick 30-second break. Currently on your scoreboard, it is Huron 16, Pierre 6 in set number 1 on KCCR.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
KCCR currently set number 1 here at TF Riggs High School. Here on 16, Pierre 6 on your American Family Insurance Brittany Keffelbein Agency scoreboard.
There you go. First one of the night.
I had to pull the paper. It's a long scoreboard.
It's almost all the way across the page.
Yeah, I got a lot of papers here. It's a point for Pierre as that one hits too far out of bounds, and that kind of was a much needed timeout in a way that you're down big in set number 1. You're just trying to find a flow here in set number 1 to kind of maybe get back into it and to make it close.
Yeah, once the set starts to get a little bit later, you got to find a way to get a point and get some points going here for the Governors.
Schleckway set to take over the net. It was swapped down by Lowe, but it is defended by Huron. Lightly set, but you're going to get a late violation on the Governors.
Yeah, Olsen's on the back row, and she tried to set it, or I guess she's on the front row, but she tried to set it and hit it over the net, which is an illegal hit. So turns into a point for Huron to go right back up by 10.
Ergen going to go back to serve. This her second time on the back line to serve it. There's a set now for Keys. It does get over for Pierre. They'll set it up for Davis. Davis, too far and too much on that one. It's going to be a point for the Governors. They make this now a 9-point lead for Huron.
Good job by Schleckway to good communication by the Governors to allow that ball to go long and be out.
It's going to be hard to serve. Gerd is going to set it over for Olsen to set it. Olsen. Now it's going to be Novotny. That's too much. Point for Huron.
Yeah, set was a little bit high. Novotny was a little bit off balance, and when she hit that, ended up hitting it too high and up in the air instead of trying to hit it down.
Davis to send it. It was brought up by Waldron. Now lightly tapped over. Kind of a hard line tap. Well, Huron does defend it. It'll be set up by Waldron, swatted, but going to be blocked there by Huron. It was Keys on the kill attempt, but the block gives Huron a 19-8 advantage. It just stayed in. Usually those are the ones that get deflected off the side of the arm either way, but point for the Governors. Day goes to the student section, and that's an ace.
Yeah, that last play for Keys, where she was at, it was an opportunity for Huron to really focus their block to go back towards the middle of the floor instead of being, straight up and down.
Right there by Hart. It's set up by Olsen for Novotny. Defended though and sent right back over from Fitzer. Keys had that block. Hart tried to defend it, dig it up, but couldn't.
And it's such a hard thing to do because when you get a block from the Tigers like that on a Keys soft hit, Hart can't really be that close to Keys, but had to be a little bit closer to try and play it off the block.
There's a back set there for Waldron, and that's going to be a point for the Governors.
And net violation against the Huron, and that's a way to break a little bit of what the Huron Tigers are doing. Not that this set is over, because you still have to score 25, but Pierre down by 12, just trying to build some momentum for set number 2.
Bushbaum comes back in for the Governors, 21-9. Your score. Davis will set it up there for Knight. Dug up by Pierre, but you're going to have a net violation.
That one against...
Or a lane violation,
a net violation against Novotny. That gives the point back to Huron, so really, really close to not being a net violation, but just got enough of it. Give Huron the point.
Now, a lot of those for Pierre early in this one. Dug up by Keys. It's going to be set up there from Waldron. Hart just tries to get it over, but it will hit the net.
Yeah, miscommunication from Hart and Schleckway that time, that Hart was ready for it, but didn't get the full swing that she wanted.
23-9 on your American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein Agency scoreboard. As here comes the serve. It's going to be dug up by Hart. Waldron with the set over to Bushbaum. Defended by Huron. Those jumping over. That one goes far back. Hart saves it, and they'll get it over. And a chance to reset quickly. Gerger with the set tonight. It's going to be dug up, and then you're going to have a violation again on Pierre.
That time, Bushbaum got into the net, and again, Pierre, good hustle to get the free ball over. They stayed with it, but it ended up going to be a point for Huron either way, because the dig was going to go long. So now it's 15 set points to work with for Huron.
Yeah, set point here, 24-9 for Huron. Waldron will dig it up there for Bushbaum. It's going to be dug up there from Hines. Hines once again to Gerger, back set for Fitzer. Here trying to get something going, trying to stop a short run that Huron is currently on. Hines in the middle, and that will conclude set 1 with a kill.
Yeah, really good job by Huron, and they did not put their foot off the gas at all in that first set.
It is 25-9 after set 1 on your American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein Agency scoreboard. We'll step aside. We'll be back in 2 minutes here on KCCR.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Is it time for a fresh look underfoot? Tired of worn out carpets or outdated flooring? Then you need to visit Country Carpet and Flooring in Pierre. We're your local experts for every style. From plush carpets and durable laminates to elegant hardwoods and luxury vinyl. Discover hundreds of options from top name brands, all with our friendly expert service. Visit Country Carpet and Flooring at 414 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre or call us at 605-224-9297. Country Carpet and Flooring. Your floor, your style, our expertise.
Have you assessed your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9794 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters. Reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
KCCR, Pierre, South Dakota. Wyatt Bridgecott, John Winkler here. As taking a look at the other two games before this one. JV fell in 3 hard-fought sets. They would fall in the final set 15-11, and the sophomores would fall in 2. They actually came back but would fall 25-22. The other score that we have is from girls soccer. John Winkler was there just a moment ago. They defeated Mitchell 5-1 and kind of put the foot on the pedal in that second half. It felt like, because if I'm not mistaken, it was 2-1 before.
Yeah, it was 1-1 at halftime. Yeah, and Pierre was actually down 1-0 in that game and ended up scoring the last 5 goals. And they now will play Watertown, who upset Lincoln in that first round game. So it'll be 3 versus 11 on Saturday. Pierre will host. We'll see what the Pierre boys do and what the Aberdeen boys do, because if Aberdeen loses to Brookings, Pierre would host if they would win against Brookings.
Olsen's going to serve this one to start set 2. It's Schleck away, who will have Olsen get the dig and then send it over is Schleck way. Here with the set to Davis. Will swing the arm and get a kill. Davis, Allie Davis to be exact, with her 4th unofficial kill of the contest. Our score in this one, Huron with a 1-0 lead over Pierre. They lead set 2 right now, 1-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard, and that's going to be an ace. Going to be an ace there for Bergen, excuse me. That's her 3rd of the contest. Set number 2, 2-0. They go up there by Hart. It's going to be set for Olsen as it goes a little too far for Hart. And it makes it 3-0. And just like that, John, it's basically the same start we just saw in set number 1.
Yeah, that's not the start that the Governors were hoping to have. They give up an ace. They give up that bad pass that ends up turning into a point for the Tigers, and not the start that you're hoping if you're a Pierre Governor.
Bergen with the serve. It is put up for Olsen for Hart. Huron with her back set over to Fitzer. They're trying to defend it, but it's a little too much on that one. It's 4-0.
Yeah, again, the Huron opens up with a 4-0 lead. They had a handful lead before things got started scoring-wise for Pierre, and they're about to do the same thing again here in set 2.
Again with the serve. It was ducked up there by Hart. Again, quick set in the middle. They try to attack with Olsen, but Pierre is all over that one. It's going to be Keys. Back to Huron. It is Olsen with the kill. A 7-point goes to the Governors. This time before 8 points are scored, Pierre gets on the board.
Yeah, I would say much better start of the second set now for Pierre. That they're only down by 3, but they need a rally. They need to score multiple points in a row here to get right back into this contest.
All right, with the serve, it is dug up there by Davis, who receives it. Also Olsen. Back set now for Waldron. Waldron is going to have, looks like it was tipped. It looked like it was in either way.
Yeah, it was going to be a kill, but a net violation against Huron that gives the Governors the point. So they do pick up the 2nd straight one, and now see if they can add to it here with Hart.
All right, with the serve, going to be received by Hines. Bergen with the set. It's just going to be pushed over there by Olsen. Olsen far set to Keys. Got it.
Good placement by Keys. Govs have scored 3 in a row. Now a little bit of momentum built that they can maybe score another time and get this game tied, and all of a sudden things are a lot different shape with set number 2.
Hart again with the serve. Once again received by Hines. Davis, though, too much on that one, and we're tied at 4-piece.
Again, you're not worried about where the Governors, whether it's Huron making mistakes or the Governors getting the points themselves. You got to get points wherever you can take them, and they've scored 4 in a row to tie it up.
A 4-piece here in set number 2. Same person serve, same person to receive. Free ball opportunity here for the Governors. Aldrin, quick set to the middle. They get it, and they avoid the lane violation, but you'll take the points at the other Governors.
Novotny with a nice placement of the ball to get that 5th straight point, and Pierre's got their first lead here tonight. Let's see if they can add on to it, get more. They want more. They don't want to stop at just 5 in a row.
There's a serve. It'll hit the net.
Spoke too soon.
Well, there is a saying. It didn't happen this past Saturday, but service errors do come in pairs. So you're hoping it's a service error for Huron here as Davis will serve it. I spoke a little too soon on that one. That one is dug up, but Huron gets it over quickly as the Pierre Governors. Oregon goes to the back set for Fitzer. Once again, it's dug up by Schluckaway. There's a kill attempt, but once again, it's Huron with the defense. Hard gets it up in the air. Free ball opportunity going to be sent over from Pierre. Oregon to Davis. Kill.
Again, a good hustle play by the Governors, but that point goes to Huron, and they were spread out. They were looking at all aspects of where to go, but it was the Governors that were just a little bit too spread out.
Davis with the serve. It's going to be a little late to call it, but it's out. But you'll take it either way. It's tied at 6 apiece here in set number 2. It's going to be not Novotny. Bushbaum comes in for Pierre.
Take those service airs, comes in pairs. 2 of 3 serves.
It's going to be set over lightly, tapped over from Fitzer, and she'll get the point for Huron, and they will regain the lead at 7-6 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency scoreboard. Hines once again to serve. She'll go to the far side. Aldred with the far set over the Bushbaum. It's going to be defended, though, by Huron. A light hit over from Davis as far as she was from the net. Sent back over now to Huron. Lightly tapped over, put up in the air by Keys. Set over from Novotny. There's Olsen. That one going to be defended by Pierre. Get over, it's Novotny again. Back to Pierre, back set, and they get it over somehow. Some way. They'll keep going. Kept is going from Keys.
It looked like that ball was set over on the wrong side of the antenna. I was up here waving like it should have been waving the flag, but it doesn't matter. Keys, we'll give Keys the kill and get the point. Governors got the point. They deserve to have that one, and they get tied up at 7.
Well, either way, the ball didn't lie in that case.
That's right. Ball don't lie.
Either way, here's a kill attempt, though, from Fitzer. It was defended by Pierre. Quickly attacks the middle. It's blocked by Pierre. Back to Huron. Here's a set over there from Knight, and it's going to be a kill.
Hart just couldn't get that dig cleanly enough as she was there in the right spot, but just instead of going back up in the air, went off to her left for a point for Huron.
This is in for Pierre. Back to serve is Wombeck for the Tigers of Huron. Serve, we're going to go all the way to the back line and out.
Good job there by Pierre. That's really close. It's really close to keep the play in, but really good job of letting that one see it all the way, go across the line and out for the point.
Brittany is going to come in, and after a 4-0 start for Huron, we are tied at 8 apiece. So we serve, receive there from Hines. Is going to set it over for Knight, and you're going to have looks like a violation on Huron, and just like that, Pierre regains the lead.
On violation on the Pierre Governors, yep.
Never mind, the way the official showed it was on Huron, so that's my
fault. It was on Alyssa Lowe that she got into the nets on that time.
Thanks for the save there.
Hey, no problem. That's what I'm here for.
Knight to serve. Will be received there from Brittany. Will be sent over from Pierre. Knight to Davis. Davis will have that picked up there from Hart. And they'll keep this going as it's going to be hit into the net, though, from Schluckway. And Huron will take a 2-point advantage.
A really good dig there by Hart. Schluckway just a little bit too far above it. Needed more underneath it.
Will be received there from Keenos. Back set over for Bushbaum. It hits the net and bounces on their side for the point.
Yeah, no block there from Huron. Just Bushbaum end up, they give the block, but I think it was Bushbaum that just hit the net, and it came back that way.
Once again, Knight to serve. 11-8, it was tied at 8 apiece, and you get an ace there from Knight.
And Knight found right in the campfire. Keenos came diving in, but didn't have enough speed to get there in time.
This one is going to go to Keenol. Says that one almost was a kill, but nice job from Huron to keep it alive. Davis puts it right where nobody was at for the point.
Another campfire shot there from Huron, and when you are able to change speeds like Huron has, you have to respect the speed of the Huron hitters, but then when you change things up, you can put it in a campfire quite often.
It's going to be set there from Waldron. It's going to be Schluckway who gets it over quickly is Gergen. You should have a violation on Huron. And that will be the case.
Really good hit there by Gergen, but you can't get that deep into the net, and that gave a point to the Governors to finally break the streak of 5 straight from the Huron Tigers, as it's now just a 4-point lead.
It's going to be Olsen. Serve it. That one almost got by Wambach, but they'll get it over for Davis. Waldron. Far set over for Schluckway as it bounces off the net and drops to Huron side.
One of the few times we've seen Huron's block not be fully effective, and it just landed right next to 2 girls for Huron, and Pierre was able to take advantage of it to get back-to-back points.
We'll give a kill for Schluckway. It's going to be out of bounds.
Olsen's serve just missed by half a foot there, maybe not even 6 inches from staying in play. But it does break that 2-point streak for the Govs.
You'll see Kaya Cheddar in for the first time. More of a rotation to come in and serve, and confusion there from Pierre. Even though they'll get it over, we'll reset here. Olsen will set it over. Bergen to Davis. Davis has that received there from Kinos. Far set for Schluckway. Dug up there by Cheddar. Davis again will hit it into the nets.
That's an ugly point for whoever was going to get it, but the Governors had miscommunication. They barely kept the ball in play. Huron gave it right back to Pierre, and the Govs will get a point from the miss hit, the hitting error by Huron to get that point. That was not a pretty point, but you'll take them however you can get them.
We'll take it either way. That's an ace. Schluckway with the ace, and that'll be her first of the night.
Pulls the Govs within 2. That's a big serve and a big ace there from Schluckway.
Schluckway trying to get it to within 1. We receive there from Davis. Davis this time is sent over. She'll hit it in the net, and that's a rare occurrence for her, as she's kind of been the go-to person to get the kills for the night for Huron, and that's 2 in a row.
That's a big point there for the Govs. Now they're back within 1 as we near the midway point of the second set.
Bergen back set over for Olsen. It is saved there by Pierre. Waldron tried to get Huron looking. They were ready for it. Bergen far set for Davis. Davis has that deflected, but dug up by Pierre. Waldron got it. More of the setter, but she gets the kill on this one.
You're close to Coach Lean taking his first time out here today, but that ties it up at 14. It's a big swing there from Waldron, and a good placement to tie this thing up.
It's going to be received there from Knight. Far set for Davis. It'll be dug up by Olsen. Sent over from Lowe, and she'll get the point for Pierre.
I think Huron wants to get out of this rotation right now where they're at, but Pierre is in a spot where if Schluckway can keep serving well, they can find themselves to extend this lead at 15-14.
Second time they've been up here in set number 2 is Pierre. Olsen is looking for Lowe on that one, but it's blocked, and Pierre can't recover.
And again, that Huron block has been so good tonight for the Tigers. They picked up multiple points now on the block, and that time they sent a low shot right back where it came from, and Schluckway had no chance to go run it down.
Scoreboard now changes to 15 all. Back to serve for the Tigers is Gergen, and she'll set it over for Hart. Olsen with the back set to Waldron, and Waldron will get the point for Pierre, and it's back to a 1-point lead for the Governors of Pierre.
And Pierre can't go after the wall that Huron has, but you can go to the side of it and force them to move a little bit more, and Waldron did that, and it rolled off the side and down for a point.
Hart to serve, and we'll put a little too much on that serve. Yeah, we'll back at 16 apiece on the American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency scoreboard.
Comes a big couple points here. We're at towards the end of the second set. Pierre's got to string some points together here, tied at 16.
Trying to get it over was Novotny. She does. Set there from Hines. It's going to be Knight who tries to get it going, but dug up by Pierre. Nice placement there from Pierre. I believe that was Waldron who set over, or Oh, excuse me, Olsen with the set over.
Yeah, Olsen with a great spot to put it into the corner. Second hit attack, catch them by surprise and pick up the lead, get the lead back, always be going up by one, at least going up by one as we get late in the second set.
17-16, Waldron will hit it into the net, and we're back at 17 apiece.
Well, there's the service errors come in pairs because the Pierre's last two serves have been service errors to allow Huron to tie the game up in the last two Pierre serves.
Hines will send it over to Pierre. It's going to be dug up there. Waldron, quick second in the middle to Novotny, dug up by Hines. Bergen will set it up for Knight, dug up there by Schluckway. It's going to be blocked by Knight. She was the only one there for the block.
Yeah, Bushbaum was looking for that second hit attack, and it was a good thought, but Knight had read it well. Bushbaum kind of labeled that she was going to be going for that second hit attack, and it turned into a block point for Knight.
Maybe a serve for Huron is it's going to be sent over by Bushbaum. Bergen back set over for Fitzer. She'll get the kill, and it's a 2-point lead for Huron.
That's a big swing there from Fitzer, and that's a big swing and a big point to go up by 2 now. And Pierre's going to find a rally to string some points together now late in the second set.
There's a serve from Hines, dug up there by Schleckway. Waldron with the back set over to Keys. Hines now. Back over, it's going to be sent free ball from Carr as we're calling her name for the first time. Waldron to the middle of Novotny with the kill.
Big kill for Novotny right in the middle of the floor. She can go anywhere with it, and a really good job there by Novotny to make it a 1-point game.
It is 19-18. Going to be Keys to set it over. Dug up by Davis. Quick set to the middle for Carr. It's a nice dig there from Hart, but nobody there to be able to save it.
Again, pin placement, a point placement for Carr. Gets the kill to make it 20-18 and keep that 2-point lead for Huron. They're 5 points away from taking a 2-0 lead on the Governors.
Wambach will be back in to serve for the Tigers. 20-18 here in set number 2. Huron has a 1-0 advantage. Back set for Bushbaum. Could be too much on that one.
It was touched though. Bushbaum will get the kill. It was touched by the Tigers.
That's why it took a second to kind of figure out what was going on there. Didn't even hear normally you hear like a little hit, like from the fingertips. You didn't hear it from all the way up here, even with a long crown mic that you could probably throw all the way down.
Well, and both the quarter referees, obviously they don't see it, they're not going to call it, but the down official that's in front of the scores table is the one that did see that was tipped.
Bergen trying to get Pierre caught looking. Waldron will send it. Hines with the save, and
it is a hitting violation against the Governors. Waldron, I think, was inside the 10-foot service line and jumped for the attack.
They had the right idea. You catch them looking as they were pretty close to the net. All 6 for the Tigers, but a 2-point lead. Pierre trying to tie things up. That'll be an ace from Knight. Knight picks up her first, and a timeout by Pierre.
That forced the timeout, make it 22-19, and Huron's now threatening to take that second set. And the Pierre Governors now going to find a way to score points on this timeout. They have got to find a way to get they don't want to go down 2-0. They don't want to try and reverse sweep the Huron Tigers, and it becomes a very important first couple points on this timeout.
Yeah, both teams trying to snap some losing streaks, and for Pierre, they've lost their last 5. You have to go all the way back to September 12th when they got their last win. They defeated Sturgis Brown, and for Huron, they're trying to snap a 2-game losing streak entering today. Their last win was on the 25th of September where they swept Brookings in 3 sets. And they'll be going home to Rapid City Stevens on the 10th. Next contest for Pierre will be the 11th, which is Saturday at 2:30 on the road. Knight will serve it to Pierre. It's 22-19 here in set number 2, and looks like we have something going on. Not completely sure, but it is going to be Hart that's being addressed.
Hart's maybe switching shoes or switching knee pads. I don't know what might have been the case there, but she's had to get a new knee pad on. I've not seen that one before. That's a new one to me.
That is new, yeah. Not sure exactly what's... Well, either way, she's back out there. Yeah, that's going to be another ace for Knights. First second of the Knights. And Huron threatening, like you were mentioning, John, just a moment ago, on a 2-0 lead here in this match. Back from Knights. Serve dug up there by Keno. Swung with the arm from Keys. Trying to fight, keep it alive as Pierre, they do. And Waldron, who was trying to get it over, will hit it into the nets.
And instead of Pierre coming out and scoring those first 2 points, they're now down by 5, and 5 set points to work with for Huron.
It is set point. Huron. Knights. Sakino Swaldron with the back set to Bushbaum. Couldn't get it. Defended there. Davis with the swing, and that will finish set 2 with a 25-19. That was a hard way to finish that set with a swing of the arm, and Pierre now going to have to make a comeback. They're down 2-0. We'll take a 2-minute break. After set number 2 was a 25-19 finish. We'll come back for set number 3 next after this 2-minute timeout on KCCR.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
At Wheelhouse Auto Body, we believe in treating our customers and their cars like family. Our service-focused team has over 50 years combined experience in the automotive repair industry. If you have a vehicle, big or small, that needs some TLC, Wheelhouse Auto Body team is ready to take care of you. Visit Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield or contact us at 605-494-0436. Wheelhouse Auto Body of Pierre.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
KCCR here at DF Riggs High School for what hopefully will try to be extending this match. Huron takes a 2-0 lead here in going into set number 3. Excuse me, Wyatt Bridgka, John Winkler with you as we'll get the scoreboard fixed. I'll get the pattern going eventually.
Real quick though, before we get to start the set 3, we'll say congratulations to Adrian Hand of the Pierre Governors, who won the Flight 5 state championship. She was the 4 seed, upset the number 1 seed, then upset the number 2 seed to win the Flight 5 state championship in tennis earlier today. So congratulations to her and the Pierre Governors. Overall, real quick, try to get team standings before they get that first serve. Pierre finishes in 6th place as a team overall, but Adrian Hand is a state champion winning in Flight 5.
Yeah, quite a few Pierre Governors in some placement games.
Yeah, we'll have the full everything out to the end of the night here on KCCR Radio, over on KCCRradio.com.
Waldron has that one set for Keys, who smacks it, but then it's Huron who defends it. Waldron As that also defended by Huron. Davis sends it over. It's going to be Olsen. Quick set over to Keys, defended by Hines. Back set from Gerger to Fitzer. It's going to be a kill.
And that first point's been, obviously, Huron's led 8-0 and 4-0 over the course of the first two sets. So this Governor team wants to get a better start in set number 3, and obviously just a 1-0 lead isn't bad, but you want to get those first couple points your way.
It is going to be Bergen to serve, dug up there by Hart, and that'll be an ace.
We don't have a score update, by the way, for boys soccer. They don't have a scoreboard on the live stream, and without trying to really watch that through, I wouldn't be able to tell you what the score is right now, but we'll have a total on that one at the end of the night as well.
There's a dug up from Waldron to Keys. It is defended by Huron. Keys quickly over. Davis, though, will save it. Fitzer. Now Olsen. Olsen to the middle for, couldn't get it. Hines to Davis. And Pierre gets that one saved. Hines with the long stretch save. It's a point for Pierre as Huron couldn't recover.
Molly Olsen gets her second kill. That's a big second kill for Olsen, and a point for the Govs to make it 2-1 to have them opportunity now to try and get this thing tied up early on.
Hart will send it to Hines. It's Bergen who will give it over to Olsen. Defended by Pierre. Back set for Waldron. Waldron is that picked up from Knight. Back to the Governors, but too much as they attack the near corner. And point for Huron. Also got Sully Butte's volleyball going on tonight as well. DT's got that on Country 95.3. Hopefully you stick with us for just a little bit longer.
Definitely turn it over there after we're done here as they're just getting underway.
Waldron hits it into the net. Point goes to the Governors. A lot of local teams in action, it feels like, this weekend. Going into the weekend is a serve there from Huron. That was Davis on the serve. She'll serve it too far out of bounds. And point goes to the Governors. Waldron now back to serve.
And both teams for Sully Buttes and Huron, or Sully Buttes and Highway Herald both wearing pink jerseys in that game.
And that's going to be very confusing. The earlier two games, that one went into the net. The sophomores and JV game, they were both wearing whites.
Well, that makes it a little confusing too. A little bit of green might help, and a little bit of red might have helped, or black.
Well, that was the only way you could differentiate which team was who, even though you probably could have figured out which side each team was on. As something there from Waldron is no good, and it's going to be now 6-2 in favor of Huron. Back to serve will be Hines. There's the serve on a 6-2 advantage for Huron. Put up there, and it's going to hit the net, and that'll be a 4-hit violation on Pierre.
4-hit violation. I think they got Marina Bushbaum for net violation. Doesn't matter that they didn't get the ball over. So, yeah, Huron takes a 5-point lead here in the third set.
7-2, set number 3. Huron up 2-0. Pierre is going to need to win the next 3 to take this one in a, again, much needed when you look at the standings, and I'll be out of bounds.
And those are the points that really hurt too, is that it's a free ball that goes out of bounds. Obviously, you're trying to place it in a good spot, but you just got to get it over. You can't give a hitting error on a free ball like that.
There's a serve from Hines. Waldron set to the near side for Bushbaum. Quickly back over to Pierre on the dig, and then you're going to get a net violation.
That'll be against Chloe Carr, so that helps out with the Governors break the streak of the Huron Tigers. And again, they've got to find a way to start inching back in this game.
Going to be Keys to serve. Serve will go to Hines. Going to be followed by Knight, and Gergen gets it over. Waldron back set to Bushbaum. Bushbaum gets it on the line. Tie broke that one. Placement for the points.
That's a big kill for Bushbaum. That's what you wanted. Obviously, it's a free ball, but you're trying to go on the line. That one's a little bit more aggressive from Bushbaum, hitting that way, and gets a nice point for the Govs.
Keys to Davis, and that's going to be a kill.
Ooh, that barely stayed on the line.
That stayed in, but they're going to get Fitzer for the kill. It's a 5-point disadvantage for the Governors, 9-4 on the American Family Insurance. Brittany Scheffelbein is the scoreboard. Wambach is back to serve for Huron. She'll hit it into the net. Point for the Governors.
By the way, once we're done here, we've got Toronto Blue Jays, New York Yankees. Blue Jays up 2-1 right now in the top of the third. Mariners leading the Tigers 5-1. They will play game 4 for sure tomorrow. They would move that game back, I believe, if there is no Yankees Blue Jays game.
Sent over there from, Kinos. Huron with Gergens and Knight. Dug up there by Kinos. Waldron with the back set over to Bushbaum, and too much on that one for the Governors. And Huron has double what Pierre has at this moment. 10-5 in set number 3. You're going to see a couple of changes. Hart is going to come back in for Pierre. Also in is Alyssa Lowe for the Governors. 10-5. Received there from Keys. Bushbaum with a kill. Got it.
That's another big kill there from Bushbaum. So another hard swing for the lefty, and able to get that kill to make it her 4th of the night and give the Governors a little bit of some life. And again, they're still trying to climb back. All they got to do is got to win set 3. Got to win set 3 to get to set 4.
And that's an ace for Olsen.
That really helps for Olsen to get her first ace. But again, build the momentum. Governors want to build momentum. You can trade 4 for every 1 point and find yourself in a much better spot than being down by 3 right now.
Ergen will set it up for Davis on the kill. She does get it. Was trying to defend that one was Kinos. And Davis leading, I believe, leads all kills in this one. Both team and overall in this contest. And going back to serve, it's going to be Cheddar for the Tigers. 11-7, set number 3. Back set now is going to be for Schleckway, who we called her name in a minute here, and that will be a point for Huron.
Really trying to go from that far side to the near side. Had a good look at it, just went a bit too far.
Once again, Cheddar will send it. He dug up there by Kinos. Olsen to the middle for Lowe, dug up by Knight. Quickly to Davis, too much on that one. Kind of floated too high and too far, and Pierre gets the points.
I think Allie Davis was looking from Gorgon to get that a little bit lower, a little bit quicker of a set, and then once she jumped up, you're trying to hang up there as long as possible, and that ball floated behind her. A little bit miscommunication between the two, or mistiming.
Service dug up by Knight. Gonna be sent over quickly from Olsen, and we'll get the point for Huron. She had a couple of Governors trying to go for that one, kind of trying to pancake it back up.
Yeah, and again, a campfire shot that if one Gov dives, the other ones can't. But you are also, everything's going to be in sync all the time, otherwise it's not going to work.
Hart, Waldron, near set for Keys. That's a kill.
Good swing by Keys, really good swing by Keys, and that's only just her 3rd kill. If she can get moving, and again, the Governors have not had a double-digit hitter at all yet this season. If she can get going, that can lead to this being a long, drawn-out match and try to get to sets 4 and 5.
Hart serves it to Hines, who digs it up. Davis, and a little bit of confusion, gives the points for the Governors, as Davis was the one who went for it, but Olsen looked like she was kind of the one that was for.
And then, again, why these teams are more towards the bottom of the standings right now. A lot of miscommunication, and a really bad miscommunication that time by Huron.
Davis almost saved there by Schleckway, but couldn't get it to go. And Davis, I unofficially have her for 7 kills on the evening, but probably has more.
That's what they got on the board as well.
Once my stats are actually accurate.
Your stats are right for volleyball.
And I'm doing it on paper. Anyways, we'll get back to the earlier. We'll set it over. Schleckway digs it up. Olsen to Keys, dug up by Hines. Back set now for Fitzer. Waldron over the net to Davis. Again to the middle. It's going to be a point for Huron. As Olsen is going to be credited for the point, and it's back to a 5-point lead.
15-10. This Huron squad, they're 10 points away from getting a sweep of the Governors. Pierre's got to find something
Olsen over to Novotny. It's saved there by Huron, and that's going to be out of bounds. There's Huron's looking for a tip or a touch. That's not going to be the case.
Good job there by Pierre, not touching that one as it was hit out. But pull the Governors within 4.
Serve comes. It's going to be first touch there by Hines. Again from Fitzer and out of bounds as it kind of went on the other side of the pole.
The line judge here in the corner able to see that right away, and it was a easy call to make that it was on the wrong side of the antenna.
15-12. It's set number 3, Waldron to serve. Oregon back to Fitzer, and they'll have that work for her this time. The lead goes right back to 4. You felt like Pierre was going to start closing this one in after the run they went on.
Every time the Governors start to get closer, Huron finds a way to extend that lead back out.
Carr puts it up in the air for Bushbaum. Huron does defend it as Davis will look for the kill from way back, but will hit it into the nets.
And a long swing there from Davis, and you don't get it high enough, you're not going to get that over the net from where you're standing.
You're mentioning for every 4 here on 1. That's looking pretty close to the average here late in this one. 0.4 Pierre is that one. Does that go a little too far out?
And Pierre's fighting again. They're finding their way back, trying to find their way back, see if they can put another 3 or 4 points together here. That'll help.
That'll be an ace there from Keys, and Huron takes their first timeout of the match.
That's a big timeout from Coach Lean. He kind of understands where they're at right now. They don't want this to go 4 sets. They're trying to keep the momentum going to the Governors, and they've got here for this Pierre Governor squad. They've got it within 1. Coach Lean understands it. They want to get out of here with a sweep and get back home to Huron in quick time as you're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station.
Nice catch. Thanks to you, John. Take a look at the upcoming schedule for Pierre. It's going to be Saturday. They're going to be at Lennox. It's going to be a 2:30 start. As, if I'm not mistaken, that's the night. They're 19-1 according to their schedule, but that might have changed recently. Then they'll be home on the 14th against Harrisburg, and then they got 3 road games. Taking on Yankton. That's going to be another big game when you look at standings. Huron once again on the road, and then they'll be going to O'Gorman on the 24th. So there's some games that here are going to be big, but those are games that they can get to kind of climb their way back into the South 16.
Yeah, certainly. This game here tonight, you get Yankton and Huron again. Those are certainly big games to try and climb back in the standings.
It is a 1-point lead. Now make it 2 after the timeout from Huron.
And Coach Wheelhouse, if it's 19-15, I think she's going to have to take a timeout. You hope that it doesn't get it, but if it's a 4-point spread, I think you have to take a timeout to try and regroup everybody again and try and get the momentum right back.
On back to serve. First touch there by Hart as Pierce somehow gets that off lucky bounce off the net. Knight has that dug up by Waldron. Schlackway. Once again, Knight. And some confusion and point for the Governors.
Schlackway wasn't the best hit, but it's effective. Got Huron off balance and gets the point to get them back within 1. See if the Govs can find a way to get this thing tied back up.
Looks like you couldn't have asked for a better assist from the net there to keep that point alive for Pierre. They'll take it. Bergen has that recover there from Pierre. Schlackway once again looking for a kill. Stretch the arm there from Davis. Let's see as it go back to Pierre. Waldron for Schlackway trying to time it. Dug up by Davis. Bergen to Knight. Knight lightly tap it over. Waldron with the dig. Bushbaum to Schlackway. Gergen saves it. Hines to Knight. And it's out of bounds, and Pierre gets it. We're tied at 17 apiece.
That's a big, big rally point for the Governors. Now they've got it tied and looking for that lead. Sierra Prunty will be serving to try and get the Govs their first lead in the third set.
First touch there from Davis. Gergen sets it up to the 9 from the far side, and you're going to have And that violation, that appears to be the case on Pierre.
Yeah, Bushbaum got into the net, what they call it, and they go right back up by one, does Huron, and trying to gain that momentum right back.
Really the first point that was from an error or a violation, it feels like, in a while for Huron. So that says a lot of what the Governors have been doing in this third set. Huron keeps it alive, finds Davis far back from the net. Waldron to Schluckway. It's Wambach who gets it. Bergen to Davis. Davis, I'll see that one, and maybe another violation. Either way, it was going to be a point for Huron, but I'm going to call a violation first.
Yeah, Bushbaum again gets called for it, but it was going to be a kill for the Tigers either way.
Knight to serve. First touch by Keels. Almost saved there. Nice job by Hart to keep that one going. Davis, though, kill is on the line, and that will be in.
I think this might be a time to take a timeout here if you're the Governors. 5 points away for Huron to get a sweep. They've scored 3 in a row, but Wheelhouse will let this play out at least for another point.
Knight again serves. There's Schluckway. Here's side. Dug up by Hines. Once again, it's set up for Davis. It's in, and let's see if Wheelhouse will take the timeout. She does.
That was 2 really big swings there from Davis in the last 2 swings, or was that Fitzer that swung that one? I think it was Davis. Allie Davis with 2 really big swings at that point to go 4 straight points to go up 21-17, and now this becomes an all-important timeout because the Govs are down by 4. Huron's got 4 points remaining to win, get a sweep, and the Govs really, this is one of those. And not that they can't win anything else the rest of the season, but when you look at the schedule, these 2 games against Huron, that game against Yankton, those are 3 must-wins because of where they're sitting at in the standings. Obviously, the Govs will take on Lennox, who's a Class A team, very, very good. They've got Brookings, who is beatable. They've got teams that are beatable, but these 3 games are very important for the Governors to get a win, to try and climb the standings and get in the Sodak 16. But right now, it's not the start that you want to have over those 3 games because Pierre's only 4 points away from losing this one, but there still is time here in this third set.
Yeah, Brookings will be another opportunity as well. They're kind of on that line as well on the bottom half. They're sitting 13th entering tonight. Waldron will get it over to Bushbaum. That's going to be good for a kill, and that will have a timeout at least payoff for 1 point. Can they get another? Can they get a run going, John?
Yeah, that's going to be the key right here. Olsen serving, force Huron to use their second and final timeout because that means you went on such a big run.
We serve from Olsen. First touch there by Knight. It's going to be Davis with the kill attempt. She does. Not the hardest swing from Davis in that one, but does get it to within 3 to try to get the sweep here again. Pierre needing to win the next 3 to win the match. Cheddar with the serve. Hart, who gets it over to Waldron. As I said, we're back to Huron. Davis, lightly touched, and a couple of blockers there. It's low, and Waldron, and the way Waldron was reacting, she's going to give all the credit to Lowe on that one.
It's a big point. That is a massive point to go down by 3. Huron's got 3 points to go before they can win this in 3. So Pierre rally together, put some a good streak here going in the final couple points.
Way to serve it. Davis first to touch it. Back to the Governors. Olsen to Keys. Davis, Bergen, back to Davis. So that's a kill. 6 kills in set number 3 for Davis. And we haven't even seen her sister in this contest, and Carly Davis is on the roster, but we have not called that number tonight. Olsen to the middle for Lowe, who tries to catch Huron looking with the light tap, but they do get it over, and that's going to be a net violation on Pierre.
Waldron got into the net, and now Pierre has to score 5 straight points. They're down by 5, 24-19. They have to score 5 in a row here.
Match points, and to serve it is Gergen. Hart first touch. Olsen to Waldron. This will go on for a second now. There's a swing of the arm defended by Pierre. And Hart will give him a free ball. Bergen to Davis to end the match. She does with the kill. And that's a final. 25-19. It's a sweep for Huron. They keep themselves at least for tonight in the top 16. And we're going to take a 2-minute timeout quickly. We'll quickly recap this game because if you're not a Yankees fan, this is hopefully a night that they get swept. But let's finish this one. We'll be back in 2 minutes here on KCCR.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684. Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Final on this one, it is the Huron Tigers sweeping Pierre in 3 sets. Final set numbers here, 25-9 in set number 1, and then it would be 25-19 in the final 2 sets here. As you are tuned in to KCCR Pierre, we'll get to the baseball game in just a moment. Final numbers here, John, in this one, you didn't have a double-digit killer for Pierre, but leading killer for the Governors would be Bushbaugh. She would finish with 5. And for the Tigers, it was Davis. It was kind of basically the Davis show for most of the night for Huron. She would finish with 7 in set number 3 and would have a total of 12 in the contest. But kind of a really slow start after set number 1. I wouldn't want to say carried over the next 2, but there was definitely slow starts in all 3 sets for the Governors.
Yeah, Pierre didn't lead until that second set, and then really didn't amount to a big lead for most of any of the sets 2 and 3, which then led into the Governors, again, always trying to play from behind. They just never got an opportunity to really put themselves into a spot to lead and force Huron to chase them. And, when you do that against any team, it's going to be much harder. You give that team, whether they earned it or not, you give them that big of a cushion and force yourself to chase them. It's going to be hard to come back and win those games.
Yeah, again, Pierre drops to 2-10 on the season. Huron improves to 5-9 on the year. They're still going to be in the top 16 at least for another few days, and they'll probably stay in there. Their schedule is pretty favorable going into the later portion of the season. Again, Pierre's schedule upcoming, just real quick before we conclude this broadcast. They're going to be at Lennox on the 11th on Saturday. Then they're right back home against Harrisburg. And then they got 3 games on the road and then 3 at home to finish the season. Final thoughts before we wrap this one up.
Well, again, a slow start for the Governors. That they were trying to put themselves in an opportunity to win in sets 2 and 3, but found themselves down a little bit too much in those sets, and now they've got to really battle over the course of Saturday against Lennox, and then moving into Harrisburg, which those are two really, really tough teams to go after on Saturday and Tuesday. But Pierre's got some big opportunities still, and you have to be able to take this, move on from it, build off of it, and put themselves into a good opportunity to try and win again on Saturday against Lennox, Tuesday against Harrisburg next week.
And then just quickly coming up on KCCR again, we're going to have that baseball coverage. We're going to send you in just a moment. Football Friday.
Yep, football, they'll take on Sturgis, 6:30 with coverage, 7 o'clock kickoff between Pierre and Sturgis. We'll have it here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We will see where everything lays out. Looked like Aberdeen had won their game against Brookings on the boys' side, so if Pierre wins, they would travel to Aberdeen on Saturday. The girls know they're at home. They're going to take on Watertown, but we'll see where all those things lie, how things will shake, and then we'll have coverage of Pierre Governor Sports, and it will be playoff. We'll have at least a soccer game for you on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We just have to wait to see exactly how everything will play out to tell you what we're going to have on Saturday. That'll probably come later on tomorrow.
You can tune in to the morning show tomorrow to kind of get some updates. Also, you can check out kccrradio.com. If you're wanting some more local sports, Sully Butte's still playing right now. Don't have an update in that one. I do know the Chargers don't have a set one yet, so we'll try to see if we can get an update on that one, but that will be on Country 95.3. We're going to wrap this one up. Again, a big thanks to Emma back in the studio for help keeping us on the air. John Winkler, thanks for letting me take over for you for one match. I know you had a busy day with soccer again. The Lady Governors did defeat Mitchell 5-1 earlier today, but again, we'll get all those updates for you on kccrradio.com. For Emma back in the studio, John Winkler, I'm Wyatt Barichka. This has been a presentation of Pierre Governors Volleyball on KCCR. Now let's get you to that baseball playoff game.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner,